Inside the life of an Affenpinscher, tiny dog, big personality. Standing barely 10 inches tall and weighing less than 10 pounds, the Affenpinscher might be one of the smallest dogs in the canine world, but what this breed lacks in size, it more than compensates for in character. Often described as having the heart of a lion trapped in the body of a toy dog, the Affenpinscher embodies the perfect paradox of the animal kingdom, a creature whose diminutive stature belies an outsized personality that has captivated dog lovers for centuries. Origins of the monkey dog. The Affenpinscher's story begins in 17th century Germany, where these small terriers earned their living as ratters in stables, shops, and homes. Their name literally translates to monkey terrier in German, a reference to their distinctive facial features that bear an uncanny resemblance to primates. This resemblance isn't merely superficial. The breed's expressive eyes, prominent chin, and naturally tousled coat create an almost human-like countenance that seems perpetually amused by the world around them. Originally bred for practical purposes, these dogs were valued not for their appearance but for their tenacious ability to rid properties of rats and mice. Their small size allowed them to pursue rodents into tight spaces where larger dogs couldn't follow, while their fearless nature meant they never backed down from a challenge, regardless of their opponent's size. This working heritage remains deeply embedded in the modern Affenpinscher's DNA, manifesting in their bold, confident approach to life. Physical characteristics: small package, big presence. The Affenpinscher's physical appearance is nothing if not distinctive. Their coat is perhaps their most striking feature, a wiry, dense double coat that grows roughly an inch long and has a naturally unkempt appearance that adds to their roguish charm. The texture is crucial to their appearance. It should be harsh and wiry to the touch, never soft or silky. This coat comes primarily in black, though red, gray, silver, or black and tan variations exist. Their head is arguably their most characteristic feature. Round and proportionate to their body, it's topped with erect, pointed ears that are often cropped in some countries, though natural ears fold forward in a charming manner. Their eyes are dark, round, and remarkably expressive, conveying intelligence and mischief in equal measure. The muzzle is short and slightly undershot, giving them their distinctive monkey-like expression. Despite their toy classification, Affenpinschers are surprisingly sturdy dogs. Their compact, square body is well balanced, with a straight back and a tail that curves over their back in a gentle arch. Their movement is confident and purposeful, with a slight swagger that suggests they're completely unaware of their small stature. The Affenpinscher temperament: Napoleon complex in canine form. Living with an Affenpinscher is like sharing your home with a small, furry comedian who takes themselves very seriously. These dogs possess what can only be described as a Napoleon complex. They genuinely believe they're much larger than they actually are, and they approach the world with the confidence of a dog 10 times their size. Their personality is a fascinating blend of contradictions. They can be playful and silly one moment, then serious and dignified the next. They're intensely loyal to their families but can be somewhat aloof with strangers, not out of fear, but rather from a sense that newcomers must prove themselves worthy of attention. This isn't aggression, it's simply discernment. One of the most endearing aspects of the Affenpinscher personality is their sense of humor. These dogs seem to possess an almost human-like ability to be deliberately amusing. They'll steal socks not out of destructiveness but apparently for the joy of the chase that follows. They'll position themselves in the most dramatic poses and seem to know exactly when they're being particularly cute or funny. Their intelligence is considerable, though it comes with a strong independent streak. Affenpinschers are thinkers, and they're not always inclined to follow commands simply because they're given. They prefer to consider the request, weigh its merits, and then decide whether compliance serves their interests. This isn't stubbornness so much as intellectual autonomy. Daily life: a day in the paws of an Affenpinscher. The typical day for an Affenpinscher begins with what can only be described as a royal awakening. These dogs often prefer to sleep in their owner's bed, positioning themselves strategically to maximize both comfort and their ability to monitor household activities. They're not early risers by nature, preferring to emerge when they're good and ready rather than at the crack of dawn. Morning routines involve careful inspection of their domain. The Affenpinscher takes seriously their role as household guardian, despite their size making them better suited to alerting than actual protection. They'll patrol the house, checking that everything is as it should be, paying particular attention to any changes from the previous day. Exercise needs for an Affenpinscher are moderate but important. They require daily walks, though their short legs mean that what constitutes a long walk for them might be merely a stroll for larger breeds. However, their exercise needs go beyond physical activity. They require mental stimulation. Puzzle toys, training sessions, and interactive play are crucial for keeping their active minds engaged. Affenpinschers are natural entertainers within the home. They seem to have an innate understanding of comedic timing, often providing moments of levity just when the household mood needs lifting. They're equally content playing with toys, following family members from room to room, or simply holding court from a favorite perch where they can observe all household activities. Social dynamics, the Affenpinscher and their pack. In multi-pet households, Affenpinschers often assume leadership roles that have nothing to do with their size and everything to do with their commanding personalities. They're generally good with other dogs, though their fearless nature means they may challenge much larger dogs without considering the size differential. Early socialization is crucial to help them understand appropriate social boundaries. With children, Affenpinschers can be wonderful companions, though they're best suited to families with older children who understand how to interact respectfully with a small dog. Their patience has limits, and they won't hesitate to remove themselves from situations they find overwhelming. They're not typically snappy, but they are clear in their communications about their boundaries. Stranger interactions reveal the Affenpinscher's complex social intelligence. They're naturally watchful and will alert their families to newcomers, but they're not typically aggressive. Once they've assessed a situation and determined there's no threat, they may choose to be sociable, though always on their own terms. Health and longevity, small dog, long life. Affenpinschers are generally healthy dogs with lifespans ranging from 12 to 15 years. Their small size contributes to their longevity, though like all breeds, they're predisposed to certain health conditions. Luxating patella, heart murmurs, and eye problems can occur, making regular veterinary care important. Their grooming needs are moderate but specific. That characteristic wiry coat requires regular brushing to prevent matting, though overgrooming can damage the coat's texture. Professional grooming every few months helps maintain their distinctive appearance while keeping them comfortable. The Affenpinscher as family member. Perhaps what makes the Affenpinscher most remarkable is their ability to forge deep, meaningful relationships with their human families. They're not merely pets but genuine companions who seem to understand and respond to their owner's emotions. They can be comforting during difficult times and celebratory during happy ones, always seeming to read the room with uncanny accuracy. Their loyalty is absolute but not blind. They maintain their independent thinking while being devoted family members. They ask for respect rather than demanding constant attention, though they certainly appreciate being the center of their family's world. Living legacy. The Affenpinscher represents something special in the dog world, proof that personality isn't measured in pounds and that the smallest packages often contain the most outsized spirits. In a world that often values size and power, the Affenpinscher reminds us that confidence, intelligence, and character are the true measures of greatness. For those fortunate enough to share their lives with an Affenpinscher, the experience is transformative. These dogs don't just live in your home, they inhabit your heart, bringing daily doses of laughter, love, and the occasional reminder that the best things in life truly do come in small packages. They're living proof that in nature, as in life, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog that matters most. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.